Hey there, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you had a lovely weekend. It is Monday spotlight time. Every Monday, well, I haven't been here for a few weeks because Christmas, New Year, all those things, but we are back on track with our Monday morning member spotlights. And this is where I get to introduce you to one of our amazing Her Business Network members. Now, these are women business owners who, just like you, are looking at how to either grow a sustainable solopreneur business or to grow and scale from a solopreneur to a micropreneur business, or they've already got a team, they're already a micropreneur, but they're looking at how do I make that more sustainable? And each week, what we do is we talk about these women's businesses, but also the bonus for you is that each of them has incredible expertise in areas that are going to be relevant to you, your life, your business, and they bring that expertise here to these sessions with their tips and strategies that you can implement. And that's exactly what we've got here today. So in just a moment, I'm going to introduce our guest. And then at the end of the interview, I've got a couple of next steps for you. So if you've joined us, if you're here watching, go ahead and let me know. We're using a tool called StreamYard. So if you've enabled StreamYard, I'll be able to see your name. If not, just go ahead and say hi. And if you've got questions along the way, as you're hearing me speak with Sharon, then go ahead and ask those. We'll be looking out for those and very, very happy to answer them either now or a little later on. So let me tell you a little bit about my guest today. She's a relatively new member to the Her Business Network, and she helps women overcome procrastination and analysis paralysis. We've all been there, right? Procrastination and analysis paralysis. And she does this through her online coaching. She helps you achieve confidence, something that we're very passionate about here at Her Business. Clarity, which is the door opener, right? When we have clarity, it unlocks so much for us. And giving you those next steps, working with you to get those next steps in place to create that business that you have envisioned. Please welcome Sharon Hardy. Let me see if I can press the right buttons. It's been a few weeks. Can I remember how to do it? Here it is.
Hey,
Hey Sharon. How are
Hi,
you?
Susie. I'm well, thanks. How are you?
Good. Got a couple of people saying hello. Jodie Foster's saying hello. And there's someone here who's given us a heart, but I'm not exactly sure who it is. Do tell me your name. Thank you so much for being here and joining us. And please, as I said, if you've got questions along the way, go ahead and ask those. Awesome. So, Sharon, you and I were having a quick chat before we came live here today, and you were telling me about your transition through different careers and now into this wonderful business that does powerful work working with women. So go ahead, tell us in your own words a little bit about your business.
So women that either have a business or are in work and want more fulfillment or want change in their life. Sometimes it's boredom, sometimes it's just lack of fulfillment. They're looking to do something, but very often they have self-doubt. They may not have had a business before, or if they've got a business, they're not sure how to pivot, using the COVID word. Goodness, I've been in business since I literally stepped out of school. And so that's let's say 3 decades, and I've worked in different industries with those businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, shifting is easy, but for some it's not. And so I love working with women and sort of blasting that self-doubt away, and then they can realize how empowered they actually are.
I love that. I have a question about your expertise, because you've told us you've made changes many, many times. And one thing you said to me was that what you consider one of your areas of expertise, hey April, hey Tamira, is hearing what's behind the words. What do you mean by that?
Good question. That's what people that I've worked with have said to me in not so that phrase itself, but basically that phrase. Some have called it intuition, some have called it disarming insight. So I think based on my life experience as well as NLP background, coaching background, I'm able to ask the questions that sort of dive a little deeper. And sometimes we just don't even hear our own beliefs through our words, but they come across to somebody that's seeing it from the outside. And I think that's powerful when you can bring the unconscious forward and know what's stopping you.
I love that, because we can be so close to our own thoughts. Like you said, takes a sounding board to be able to reflect back to us what might be going on. And one of the things, Sharon, that I'm passionate about is, and I teach a lot about business, all the tactics, people, systems, planning, sales and marketing, all those things.
Yep.
But my heart is in that, what seems to be your kind of sixth sense, your area of genius, which is in being able to read people and intuit, and being able to operate at that higher level when it comes to helping people unlock that place that they're stuck. So this is really, really powerful work that the women who get to work with you get to experience. What is typically going on for someone in their life or their business when they come seeking a service like yours?
Well, the catchphrase is analysis paralysis and self-doubt, which sometimes just leads to overthinking, which leads to procrastination. It tends to be a bit of a domino effect. But there could be, if you think of it like a circle, there could be any entry point. And if we find the entry point, then we can usually backtrack and reverse the process. And sometimes it's a childhood script. Sometimes it's something that they were socialized. You know, even in our culture, we're socialized as little girls, if there's any risk, to like risk aversion. So don't jump there, don't go too high. Whereas boys are taught to be the hero and run. And I think that we unconsciously absorb that. And I think there's research on gender identification. So women identify as being competent in things other than technical, financial, leadership. So being in your own business and not identifying with those can be a bit of an issue.
Absolutely, because they are, key parts of doing business. I was just talking about, people, systems, technology, planning, leadership, like you said, all those things, they're part of running a successful business, whether that business is just you and perhaps you outsource some things or tasks or roles, or you have an assistant, or you're growing a team. That all becomes even more relevant, because quite often, as you know, and if you're a woman business owner, you'll relate to this, is we go into our business, we have a certain level of skill, but we don't have the full gamut. We might be really great with people, but we have no idea about marketing or how to get clients, or no idea about money. And while we don't have to be a master at all of those, we need to know enough to be in our own power to be able to get the support we need in our businesses. Exactly. Now, I promised our viewers here some of your amazing advice from your years and years of experience. And I don't say that to age you or me, but just to say that you have lots of experience. So what is the type of advice rather, that you find yourself giving to your clients over and over again? I know you've got some things to share with us.
I think the main thing for the people that I work with is to use Nike, just do it. I think that sometimes often women underestimate their knowledge and their abilities. And so sometimes it's a confidence thing. And when you take the leap and just step into a decision, then you can just make that decision better or right. But if you don't take the movement forward, then you can't know how to shift. So I think that is one piece that is the most useful.
I agree 100%, because I really believe that when we are in indecision, whether it's analysis paralysis or overthinking, for me it's like standing on shaky ground and not moving, not going forward, not going back. If anything, you're going a little backwards. But the moment we make a decision, we set a course, we can course correct. And I think sometimes the fear, and this is the work that you help people with, obviously, the fear about making the wrong decision can keep us stuck for so long. So I love that. So number one is making a decision.
Yeah, definitely. And then making that decision right.
Great.
It also gives you confidence. I think something that's been really useful for the ladies that I've worked with is brain dumping into a journal. It's something that's theirs. It's not edited. It's literally just pouring their thoughts down. And it can range from what's for dinner to what happened that was catastrophic 10 years ago. And if you do it for 15 minutes a day, then you get rid of the conscious thoughts. But in the last few minutes, it runs out of thoughts. So therefore the unconscious starts to feed you some information. And usually the gold in our session comes from the week-to-week brain dumps that the women have in that journal.
I love that. We just recently, inside the HerBusiness Network, did a 30-day journaling challenge. I'm not sure if you were part of the network at that point. We did it. And it was such a new idea. I mean, some of us as girls kept diaries and it was that sort of thing. But the power of that regular getting things out of your head, all that cray-cray, right, that can get into our head sometimes, and getting it out onto paper, letting that go, and then seeing the guidance that can come through. Very, very powerful. I love that you're doing that with women, because I've seen the power of it in my own life, and I've seen the difference when I haven't done it for a while.
Yes.
So I haven't, for instance, now over Christmas, New Year, all got a bit, discombobulated, and so
crazy.
I haven't been consistent in my journaling for about 4 or 5 weeks now, and I can feel the difference that makes to my ability to get clarity with my thoughts, to feel inspired, to let go of the junk that can end up in our brain, and really have thoughts flow and new ideas come through and have that clarity. So I absolutely love that. So we've got making a decision, and then this idea of keeping a journal in a way that brings that unconscious to the forefront. What else have you got for us?
I think the third thing would be to get clear on what you want. How do you want to design your business? Because if you just copy people or think about what you should do, very often it's not actually how you want your life to look. A year down the road, you're 45 hours at the computer, and that's not what you signed up for. So I think doing some processes, which I do with the ladies that I work with, to actually get really clear on the life that you want in a year's time, in 5 years' time, right down to what furnishings do you have in your home? What does the lounge look like? Like really super clear, an average perfect day.
Because clarity, I remember seeing this flip chart in a personal development course I did way back when, and it was that clarity leads to power. And power is our ability to do, our ability to take action. And the more clarity we have, the more enabled we are to take the next steps. So I absolutely, we are singing from the same hymn. If I went to church and sang hymns, we would be singing from the same hymn book.
Our future self is a stranger. So we've got to get to know that future self, because we're just us. We're just our present self. So it's good to do those exercises to get to know who we want to be in the future. And then we just follow that path.
I love it. If you're enjoying what you're hearing here, then in just a moment, Sharon's going to be telling us about how you can get in touch with her. She's got a brand new Facebook page that she's going to be supporting women through, and she's going to tell us about the different ways that you can work with her. If this is resonating with you, which I know certainly is for me, then that's coming up in just a moment. But before we do that, you're a relatively new member to the amazing HerBusiness Network. Tell us what problem being part of the networks is solving for your business. Where are you contributing or extracting value?
I think the main benefit for me to being a member of the network is connection, because having your own business, small business, a solopreneur, can be very lonely. And just the ability to connect with other women, bounce off ideas, and watch the other posts within the network Facebook group, you can learn from what other people are discussing, and be a voyeur in that context, but also lift other people up. I love how you encourage that, and I think that just creates a culture of positive reinforcement for everybody.
Thank you. Yeah, we do have a culture of positivity, and in a very authentic way, of course, and celebrating our wins, having a place to go when we do have questions. And often, one person's question is actually hundreds of people's question.
Exactly.
One brave soul is going to show up and ask the question, and the rest of us benefit from it. So thank you, and thank you for your participation. I know you've just joined our accountability groups, our goals groups, and you'll be meeting with your group this week. I'm very excited for you and all the other members who are joining their goals groups, because I have seen these become such a pillar of support for the women who do choose to say, you know what, yes, I want to be surrounded with like-minded women who are also growing and scaling a business, and so I'm going to commit to being part of this accountability group. And because, as you said, as solopreneurs, like, it can be really lonely. It can also be a really great way to be slippery, right? Because we're not on our
absolutely.
we're not telling them our
No one
aspirations.
knows.
Do anything, no one's the wiser. But when we have an
Exactly.
accountability group, something that I've had for all my years of business, then we're going to show up and we're going to talk about, hey, this is what happened. Here's how I made progress, or this is where I didn't make progress, and have someone who cares enough about seeing you make progress but isn't attached the way a family member or a business partner or someone like that might be.
Yeah.
I promised that I would tell our wonderful viewers how they can work with you. So tell us, how are you working with clients at the moment? What is available to people if they want to know more?
So I'm working with people, women, on a one-on-one coaching basis at the moment, online, and I'm working towards developing a group program because, like you, I see the power in not only accountability but collaboration. And I think so many women's businesses can fit together beautifully like a jigsaw puzzle and support each other, whether it's a social media expert and a coach, or somehow we can integrate and just be a team. And I think that that's sort of super valuable over and above trainings, courses, challenges, anything you can find on, random on social media or the internet. So that's what I'm hoping for my little squad, is that we have a holistic type of group program that involves some one-on-one touch points with me, but also some trainings where they need it, some experts coming in, but I'll keep it to small groups in the group program, so it's valuable.
Love it. And so if you'd like to get in touch, I've just put Sharon's email address here on the screen, and she's very happy for you to contact her through the email address. It's a very intimate way to make contact. I know that Sharon's working on her website right now. So for now, this is one way to get in touch with Sharon. The other is she's just set up her Facebook page. And so you'll see it's brand spanking new. So if you'd like to go ahead and follow her there, I'm sure she's going to be adding lots of value. And so this is quite a long URL, but basically it's facebook.com/ I can't even read it. Sharon Hardy Coach. Font is not this big. Sharon Hardy Coach. Okay, so go ahead and find her on Facebook. If you're watching the replay of this, then we will also put this information here on wherever you're watching, whether you're on our Facebook group, our free group, our page, wherever you're watching this, we'll make sure that you've got those details. Sharon, thank you so much for being here. What would you like to leave us with?
Oh, thank you, Susie. You can do it. You've got everything you need inside you. You just got to find it, bring it out, action it.
Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've got any questions for Sharon, please go ahead and send her an email or check out her new Facebook page. Thank you so much, Sharon. I'll see you inside.
Thank you so much, Susie. Bye-bye.
I love interviewing our members. Right? They're smart, they're ambitious, they're generous, they really want to support other women in business. And as you heard from Sharon, we can get really stuck in our own thoughts, and having a sounding board, having a coach like Sharon, being part of a community like the HerBusiness Network just allows you to get outside of yourself and get the confidence to grow and scale your business, not alone, but with the support of other people. Now, the HerBusiness Network is the most supportive, most collaborative community for women business owners in Australia. I say that without any hesitation. And every single day we're seeing women take their solopreneur business and make it more sustainable, get out of the overwhelm, get more clarity, and start to grow. And we're seeing women who are growing a team get the confidence to be the best leaders they can be, to have the communication skills, the reliable revenue through great marketing, the systems, the technology, and the support and the mindset that it takes to grow and scale a business. Now, the doors to the HerBusiness Network are not always open. In fact, they're usually closed. But I want you to know that in March, we are going to be opening the doors for just 3 days. And so if you do want to be in line to get an invitation to join us inside the HerBusiness Network, head on over to herbusinessnetwork.com. I'll pop that up here on the screen so you can see it, herbusinessnetwork.com. And there you'll see my face and you'll see a button that says request an invitation. And when you request an invitation, as soon as the doors are about to open, we give you early access, and you can get in first to start getting the benefit of being part of a community, getting monthly training, getting access to resources from world-class experts, connecting. There's that word again, connecting, connection. It is one of our core values, is connecting you with your vision, with the dreams for your business, connecting you with like-minded entrepreneurs, connecting you with collaborations, strategic alliances, people who will promote your business, connecting you with free opportunities to promote your business, something we love to do for our members, giving you opportunities, so whether it's to be on a Facebook Live with me, or whether it's to be featured in our newsletter, whether it's to optimize your page on our website so that more traffic finds you. We love supporting our women to grow and scale their businesses. So go ahead and join us at herbusinessnetwork.com, request an invitation. And as I said, we'll be opening the doors for a few days in March. And I hope to see you then. Have a great week. Thank you so much for joining us today. Bye for now.